Today for the Bitcoin price, is Bitcoin right now running up here to kill the previous yearly high at 14,000 US dollars? Well, we want to talk about that because there's one insane fractal in the charts right now, which, as you can see it right here, played out in each and every cycle here immediately prior to the halving. And you can see that here in 2016, there in 2011, 2012, where we always approached the horizontal resistance here of the ascending triangle and eventually broke out before the halving. Is the exact same thing happening this time before the halving here, end of April, beginning of May 2020? We want to talk about that. And of course, fractals are not everything, so we will combine that with two indicators which are actually in alignment with this specific prediction here, and we will also mention one specific price target in case this breakout happens. Guys, you for sure do not want to miss out on that, so make sure you take a seat, you watch the whole episode through, you give this video a like to at least 1,500, heck guys, 1,800 likes right now. And that being said, welcome crypto friends and welcome back to MMCrypto. My name is Chris, and as always, we are really pumped to go straight into the content. So we are here on the weekly candles for the Bitcoin price on the BLX. And as we already said, is that in every single cycle you had the exact same pattern here actually playing out perfectly. But fractals are not everything. We are combining that with some indicators here pointing towards the exact same thing. Of course, guys, you know these kind of ascending triangles can only be printed out if we have like at least 2 or 3 touch points. And right now we only have 1 touch point, right? So we want to talk about that, and we want to talk about why this still might have massive significance. And right now the evidence suggests that we have actually bounced here by the upward sloping support of this potential ascending triangle, and that we are going towards the halving here to maybe knock out the 14,000 US dollars. First of all, before we go into that insane and very crazy fractal here, and also show you the indicators which also point towards the same thing, we wanted to show you the poll from yesterday's video. You know we make one poll every single video, and we will make one in the end of the episode as well. We want to show you the outcome of that. So we actually asked if you guys think that we will knock out the 14,000 US dollar, which was the high of the last year, before the halving. And 78% actually said yes. 78%. That's a crazy majority. It's actually already so close to 80%, which would be alarming. However, guys, many people say the majority is always incorrect, and this is not true. The majority can be for a very long time correct until they are not. Especially here, if you go back in the last downtrend here, which was 6 months, especially towards the end of this downtrend, very often we asked guys, do you think we will reach lower price levels, Bitcoin will have a breakdown, and we could pull it out. But always the majority, especially here towards the end of this bearish consolidation, always said yes, we will go lower. So the majority was actually correct here towards the end of this downtrend. It might be the same. Maybe the majority is correct until they are not. So always keep that in mind. But this statistic was already very interesting. So now let's go into the previous cycles. And guys, remember, stick until the end of the video, because in the end of the video, we will tell you exactly what price level we can actually expect here from this breakout out of the ascending triangle. And yeah, this price level might surprise you heavily. So wait until the end, guys, we will reveal that. First of all, we want to go into the very first fractal here in 2011, 2012. So every single time before the breakout, before the halving, we always made a previous high here, which also marked the upper band here of the horizontal resistance in the ascending triangle. And every single time we actually gradually increased towards that price level, we were rejected, and then we broke out eventually before the halving. And this always happened in the exact same manner. And you can also see that we always retraced down here to the upward sloping support line. All right, this was the first cycle before the first halving. Let's go to the second halving here in 2016. And you can see we also marked here the previous high. We even tested it a few times here on the weekly, on the daily even more often. And we retraced also back here, but this time immediately before the breakout, just like 3 or 4 days. These are the weekly candles. And then we broke out eventually before the halving. Well, this time the same thing might happen again. We will talk about some limitations also. You can see we were actually retracing down here but we were supported by the upward sloping support line here of the ascending triangle. And right now it seems like Bitcoin is gradually increasing here towards the horizontal resistance of the ascending triangle. And well, guys, are we going to break out? This is exactly what we are going to talk about right now. And also, what will be the price level here after the breakout? We will talk about that as well. First of all, guys, what do we need for the Bitcoin price actually approaching that price level? We need massive bullish momentum, of course, because 14,000 US dollar, that will be a massive resistance. We will need massive momentum here to break out. And also, we need a gradual increase here towards the halving. Is this likely to happen, guys? Well, maybe. We want to talk about that. Remember what we talked about yesterday, the Maya multiple. So that's the multiple whenever Bitcoin is above the 200-day moving average. Let's say it's double the 200-day moving average. The Maya multiple is 2. If it's 50% higher, it's 1.5. Well, we talked about that yesterday. And right now, if you remember our yesterday's episode, Bitcoin actually went here perfectly into that bullish channel. The bullish channel is the yellow channel, and the bullish channel is actually characteristic for the front running of the halving. And also every single time in the history of Bitcoin before the halving, Bitcoin actually went into that bullish channel. Look at this here in 2016, approximately here, 2015, 2016, went into the bullish channel. And the bullish channel, the yellow channel, which you can see right here, which we actually went into in 2015, is characteristic for a gradual increase of the Bitcoin price. You can see that right here, and the halving eventually happened approximately right here, where the Bitcoin price was on the lower band of the bullish channel, and then we went eventually higher. You can see it right here, and only once we left this bullish channel, the Bitcoin price actually went completely nuts and parabolic here. So this was in the last cycle, and the exact same thing happened actually also in the very first cycle here before the previous halving. You can see how we went into that bullish channel and we had a gradual increase of the Bitcoin price, not parabolic but gradual here within 2012 up until the halving, which happened approximately here. So this already points towards the fact that on the macro perspective here, the price is right now in that bullish channel. Look at it. Right now we went into that bullish channel. This evidence actually suggests that once again, if we are in the bullish channel, we might expect a gradual increase here towards the halving, which might take the price here towards the 14,000 US dollar level even before May 2020. Well, this is not the only thing we wanted to talk about. Also the RSI, but very important here, the weekly RSI. We are only looking here in the macro perspective, not on the daily, but on the weekly RSI, because the daily shows you when we will find retracement within that. We want to talk about the longer term here, about the next few months. And you can see that we are not overbought yet on the weekly RSI, and that's a great news, guys, because towards the halving, usually what you are able to see, let me auto scale this, you can see that towards the halving we are testing here the 70 level on the RSI. You can see that here in the ascending triangle, the price is testing it, but we are only going overbought. Look at this. When we break out of the ascending triangle, we are going overbought, and that's only when we see the massive sell-off, whenever we are overbought on the weekly RSI. This is on the macro weekly perspective the moment when we can expect the next long-term bearish trend here before we go up to the races to the upside for good for Bitcoin. We went overbought at the breakout. And also, guys, the first time in 2011-12, we actually had a gradual increase here towards the horizontal support line here, where we tested it, we were rejected, and then in the second attempt, we broke out of the ascending triangle here in 2012, and we formed this new high here, and then only we were overbought, and we had the front run selling here into the halving, and we went back into the healthy territory. Well, the exact same thing right now, it looks like might happen again. The Bitcoin price is not overbought here on the weekly RSI. We are still way below 70, but of course, guys, we think we will eventually be overbought, and whenever we go into that massive overbought territory above 70, maybe even at 80, that might be the moment of the breakout. And if this is the moment of the breakout, guys, This might be a massive warning signal. However, guys, taking the RSI and the bullish channel on the Maya multiple into consideration, and also these crazy fractals which exactly point out that we might see a run up towards the halving, towards 14,000 US dollars. The question is if we break out, are we going to break out before the halving or after the halving? Well, guys, we want to tell you, we think the highest likelihood that we break out after the halving. Bitcoin usually breaks out of these ascending triangles once we formed a second touch point. We haven't had that so far. So we think, yes, 14,000 is possible before the halving, but probably we will get a rejection just as we have gotten it every single time before. But look at this. All these ascending triangle, they actually ended before the halving, and they actually broke out 80 or 90% within the triangle. So we haven't had this first touch point here at approximately 14,000 US dollars, which might happen before the halving, but we will probably not break out. Well, that was Carl interrupting, but we will probably not break out before the halving. We think actually the most likely scenario here from the fractal point of view is that we approach 14,000 before, we get the sell-off before, and then we break out approximately 80% or 90% in the ascending triangle. And guys, what's the price level? We promised you actually to talk about the price level. Before we talk about the specific price level we may reach here after the halving, actually, the breakout point here, we want to urge you, if you are an experienced and successful trader, and only then, and stick until the end, we will show you the price level. Only then, guys, remember we actually have a Bybit link in the comment section down below, in the pinned comment, and we truly believe that Bybit is the best leverage exchange out there. However, we always say it is for experienced traders, and we truly mean that. Only then, sign up, put in your email address, and after 0.2 or 0.5 Bitcoin deposit, you can get $90 for a free trade, completely for free, and you can withdraw the profits from that trade. So go to the pinned comment, click this specific link here, put in your email address, your password, and after 24 seconds, you can get your own account and you can trade on Bybit on leverage only as an experienced trader. If you are not experienced, dollar cost averaging and hodling up until the new all-time high, up until the cycle high, might be the best thing. So now, guys, what's the expected breakout point, the breakout level here, if the price would somehow react exactly like in the last cycles? Well, after the breakout, guys, I mean, look at this here. We had approximately a 115% increase after the breakout prior to the halving. By the way, we think this time the breakout will be after the halving. However, guys, 115%. The next time here in 2016, after the halving, it was approximately half. Look at this, approximately 60%, which is half of that. And of course, with every single cycle, we have diminishing returns to scale. And we think this will be the same thing this time. So 50% downwards. And this time, if it will be again 50% approximately, we are expecting actually for the Bitcoin price with the breakout here, and let's draw it after the halving, 25 to 30, 32% after the halving before we see the next major retracement down. And this will be, it is still like whopping 31%, and this would approximately, take it with a pinch of salt, guys, it's only fractals with some indicators, to 18,500 US dollars. So now we want to know, guys, do you think actually that we can break the 20,000 US dollar all-time high within 2020 after the halving? Yes or no? Will we break 20,000 after the halving? Yes or no? There is a poll popping up on top of the screen right now. Click the poll right now and let us know yes or no. Also, very important, besides this Bybit link here for experienced traders, if you scroll down, we are actually urging you guys here to comment your 2 favorite altcoins and upvote each other's altcoins, because the next DaVinci J15 episode is most probably coming within the next 12 to 24 hours. So scroll down, comment your favorite altcoin, and let us know what altcoin you want us actually to make TA on in the next DaVinci J15 episode. Also, smash up the like button, guys. I mean, every single video, look at this, 1,500 likes is the absolute minimum we are getting right now from you guys. Sometimes it's even 2,200, 2,300 likes. We really appreciate that, guys. So thank you so much for your support. Actually, we are so grateful for your support, guys, for commenting the videos. It really helps us a lot. Thank you so much, guys. This is all what we are asking for. We really appreciate that. Amazing community, amazing MMCrypto Telegram community also. So that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see each other very soon at the next one of MMCrypto. And as always, guys, as always, bye-bye.